Communication is one of those things that people take for granted until it's gone. Once it's gone, then people go frantic. They literally go bananas because they can post, they can see their what's going on Facebook, you know, those things. But the reality is that communication is just more than posting online. It is having the connection with your neighbors, with your family who may or may not be nearby. Instead of walking to their house, knocking on the door, you can usually reach out to them via phone. Hey, are you okay? Is everything okay? And they will give you a thumbs up, a thumbs down, and you avoid that trip. Now, today we're going to be talking about 5 things that I use for communication almost all the time, and hopefully that gives you ideas. Let's begin with the phone. Yes, I have a smartphone. I also have what is called a dumb phone. If you want to look at those, I encourage you to look at my playlist. I have it there somewhere. You may have to search for it. But I use my smartphone because I have in there programs for mapping and whatnot. And because I'm in the field quite often, it's just more convenient for me. But I also have the other phone that I can just get the SIM card, put it in, and I just get phone calls and text, and that's it. So essentially, I text with my friends, my family, and one of the things that I'm gonna start sending out or giving in person to my friends, my close friends, what I consider my group, is I'm gonna start giving this Prepper radio communication code sheet. I share with you already. You have it. You're more than welcome to get it. It's free. I created this for me and I share with y'all for the community. So go ahead, take a screenshot, print it out, laminated it. I mean, like I said, I have a few already that I put together to give away to friends that I'm not going to say family because all my family is in Florida. But for friends, at least in here, my group, essentially, I'm going to be giving them that soon. So I got to print out a few more because I don't just want to give them one. I want to give them at least 2. That way they can have one in their pack and one at their home or, to their significant others and whatnot. I want everyone to have one of these because this makes communication a lot easier. This right here, all you have to send a text with the numbers and that is it. And that way you know exactly what's going on. And of course you can change this to fit your needs. This is mine. This is mine. I know a lot of folks are gonna be like, oh my God, how dare you Billy say that? I'm in Alaska, y'all. I'm in Alaska. I mean, the chances of the hordes of people, marauders and whatnot coming my way, I mean, they're probably not gonna make it. My environment is as harsh as it gets, so I don't think people are gonna come, especially where I live. If you come my way, you coming to do me harm, and I'm sorry to say, but well, I think we are well protected in here. But nonetheless, phone will be your first communication. Of course, I said no phones, then what? Well, the second line of communication that you should have, in my opinion, and this is something that I have now ever since I moved to Alaska, is a satellite communication device. I mentioned this device, this one in particular, in this channel quite often. This is an inReach. I use this for maps. I use this for communication, text communication. It works via satellite. Yes, you do have a subscription. It's not that expensive, y'all. I also pay for the SOS. I think it's up to $100,000 for rescue and whatnot. I had never used it. I don't plan to use it, but I'm up there in the boonies with no reception. If I don't have this, there's no way for me to communicate with my wife. There's no way for me to ask for help if something does happen to me or my son. And I'm up there with my son where everything is just wilderness. I mean, I have more chances of seeing wild animals, mooses, black bears, brown bears, that I have chances to see another human being. That's how vast Alaska is. So I need to have something that I can, just communicate with my loved ones, friends and family if I have to. And yes, it is like I said before, it is a subscription, but it is well worth it to me. To me, it is well worth it. You do you. And of course, I have maps in here in case that my maps fail or whatnot. Again, I have my maps in here, and they are mine. The maps are mine forever. The only service that I pay is for the satellite communication and the SOS, which is once a year. I think it's $14 for once, and that's it. And it covers you $100,000. I think the subscription itself is $11 a month. And if you send text, you get charged 10 cents per text. If my memory serves me right, go check them out. This is something that lives in my bag, and you guys have seen it. So something like this, a communication device. And of course, again, if you have something like this, your Prepper radio communication code sheet, all you have to send is the numbers, and everybody can refer back to this sheet right here. Okay, he's fine, he's not fine, he needs this, he doesn't need this, it's just up there. Now, we already talked about the phone and the satellite communication. I have two things in here that I want to share at the very end, because they both live either in my truck or inside the house. The third one is these waterproof radios. You guys have seen it. This is what I use when I'm in the field. I have one in my pack. This one right here is the ones that I use in the property. I have one right here, and I'm going to tilt the camera up a little bit so you guys can see. The two other ones are charging up there. So we do come and grab them. So, when we are doing something somewhere, hey, I need this. Hey, can you get the ATV and bring me a load of gravel because I'm working on something in here. Hey, can you do this? It's just a lot easier than just screaming your lungs out, especially here in the property. And when we are in the field, as long as you have clear line of sight, you can communicate. I remember one time, Laz and I we were exploring a new trail, and Mrs. D stayed in the campsite, and we were communicating. We were high enough that we had a clear line of sight. I mean, we couldn't see it with our own eyes, but clearly enough, we were able to communicate with each other. So have a radio. These ones are my preferred ones. You guys have seen how I do it. I change the batteries, then I put the date. I have up here the channel that I use. This do float, and they are waterproof. That's something that you want. You want to have something waterproof, especially for the field. Hence the reason why this that is for the field are waterproof. You get what I'm saying? You don't need something that is just going to get water and it's going to get ruined. So with that, I'm going to move now to the other two, the last two that I want to share with y'all. One lives in my truck, and the other one, you probably have seen it up here, and this is the one that is up there. So I have this GMRS radio, exactly the same one. I have it in my truck. It lives in the truck. This one lives in here always. So have a permanent radio in your vehicle. I think it's beneficial, because if you are moving around and whatnot, and this has weather, to me, it's a benefit. It's a lot easier for me just to grab and talk and this is in my pack, than just to go and get it from my pack and whatnot. And if I forget it inside the truck, then I'm in trouble in the field. So having something permanent in your vehicle or in your base, like my prepper shed, I think is to your benefit. Now, again, these are GMRS. These are not CB. I do not have a CV in here in Alaska. I used to have a CV installed in my truck in Florida, but I'm not in Florida anymore. So I move away from the CV, and now I have the GMRS radio. Now, the last one that I want to share with y'all is this one, the ball fan. Everybody knows this one. This one in particular lives inside my house. And why I don't use this in the field, why I use the walkie-talkie. Well, this right here is not waterproof. And I do absolutely nothing with a tool that if it gets wet, is ruined. Hence the reason why it's in my house, inside my house. And it literally lives by the TV. It is literally right there. The TV is right here, and this is right next to it. So we turn it on. We can communicate with the radios. If Les and I are outside, just working, Mrs. D can hear us talk. If I'm in here, I can turn on the other one. I can listen. This one in particular, I like it because you can put the weather channel.
Tonight, partly cloudy. Lows.
And of course, inside the house, if Mrs. D wants to listen to some music, she can listen to music too, which is really nice. Is really nice. The problem is that, in the field, I do nothing with a tool that it just, I need communication. I don't need music in the field. So this is why these ones are, in my opinion, superior for the field. They're bulkier, they're more robust. I mean, I have dropped these things and still here. So these are my 5 communications devices that I use the most. I would encourage you all to start getting your communication in order. You don't have to have what I have. I'm just sharing with y'all what works for me. Again, go in the community post. I already put it in there for everybody, for you all's benefits. It's there. It's free. You don't have to pay a single penny. I created this and I'm giving it to y'all for free. For those of you who know me personally, next time that we see each other, if I don't remember to give you your Prepper Radio communication sheet, ask me for it. I will have them inside the truck. Just ask me for it and I will give you some. That way, when we need to communicate, it's a lot better to have your sheet already than, just wondering, why is Billy sending me all these weird numbers? Anyway, guys, I just want to share that with y'all. The fact that we are so dependent on our phones, and if our phones go away tomorrow, let's just have all of this in place already. And that way we don't have to worry about now what. You don't have to worry. You're set. You're good. With that being said, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in the next one.